Hello friends, welcome to this GT test automation channel. Myself is Girish. Today in this video we are going to cover the Docker volume commands. So these are the commands today. We will going to see it practical also, how we can create the volumes, attach it to the multiple containers, and how a single volume can be shared across the two or more containers for storing the data. So before I jump over to directly to these commands, let me give you some context regarding what exactly is a volume. You can think of volume is like a computer drive which we can attach to the one or more containers. What is the use of volumes? We can store directly data into the containers. Then why use the volume? The benefits of using the volumes is there are two major benefits. First is you can have a logical division of your data as well as the container. Second benefit is you can preserve the data, that once you remove the volume, once you remove the container, your volume data will be present. So after destroying the containers, you can easily attach the volumes to any existing containers as well as new containers. So your data will not be lost if you attach the volume to the containers. Your data will still be safe with the volumes even if you destroy the containers. So I hope this context is clear. So let's jump on to the practical part. So we will see some of the basic commands related to the volumes. So I will jump on to the terminal itself. So first let me run a first basic command like sudo docker volume. So what are the different options available with this particular command, volume command? So you can create the volume, you can inspect the volume just to see the details, and you can list all the volumes, you can remove the one or more volumes, as well as you can remove all the unused volumes through this prune command. So let's use these options one by one. So let me clear my screen. So sudo docker. So let's first of all see how many volumes are available with me in this particular host machine. So I will use the sudo docker volume ls. So currently it is showing me that there are no volumes available in this machine, in this host. So let me create one. So sudo docker volume. So you have to use the option create, and you have to give some unique name to the volume. So I will give the name as my volume 1. Okay. Now let me create the one more volume, say volume 2. So far I have created the two volumes. So let me list that. So sudo docker say volume ls. So this is displaying that the two volumes are now being created. So very simple, you use just create command to create it, ls to display it, and if you want to remove it, then simply you have to use the rm command and give the say volume name, whatever volume you want to remove. So this will get removed. Now let me recreate this volume again, my volume 1, and let me display the number of volumes. So two volumes are there. Now I want to remove both the volumes. So there's another option available with this, that is the prune option, which you can use to remove all unused volumes. So let us use that. So sudo docker volume prune. So it is going to display me the volume warning that are you sure you want to continue this action, say why. So this will remove both the volumes, the volume 1 and the volume 2. So we can double check this using the ls command of volume. So as you can see over here that we don't have. So what we have covered so far is the docker volume ls, then docker volume create, and rm is used to remove the volume, and this is used to remove all the volumes which are not used. So let me create, first of all, let me create again one more same volume. So create, say my volume 1. Now volume is being created. Now I want to use this volume, I want to attach this volume to a one container. So let us create the container, new container. So sudo docker container. I want to create it. What name you want to assign? Say I want to assign the name as my busybox1, and I want to keep this into the interactive mode. So I will use the IT option, and you want to attach the volume 1 volume to this particular container my busybox1. So you have to use the -- mount option. Mount option requires the two parameters. One, you have to give the source, and that you have to give the volume, which volume you want to attach, and another one is the target. Now how you want this particular volume to appear within the container? So I want to access this particular volume, which is my volume 1, when I access the app folder. So in this container, from busybox container, there will be a folder called app. Through this I can access this particular volume. So I want to create the busybox, so I have to give it the image name. Okay, so something is wrong. Oops. Let me try again. Sudo docker container rm. My busybox mount source my volume 1, target my busybox. Yeah, it's got created. So looks like there was a space problem over here. So this is being created. Now let me create the one more container, because I want to demonstrate you that how we can use the volume, how we can share the volume among multiple containers. So what I'm trying to do here, so we will just create a one more container with a name my busybox2, and we will attach the same source, that is the volume 1, and same folder, app folder. So double hyphen, I have to give double hyphen. Yes, sorry for that. Okay, so looks like now the two volumes containers has been created. Sudo docker ps all. So as you can see over here that the two containers has been created, that my busybox1 and my busybox2. Okay, now let us start these two containers. So sudo docker say container start, say my busybox1, so it is being started. So let me start the another container. So both containers are now in the up state, so you can double check through the ps -all. So as you can see here that my busybox1, my busybox2, both containers are up in the up state, as you can see over here. So let me connect to the one container. So sudo docker execute and we want to run into the interactive mode. So in the interactive mode, which container you want to connect, say my busybox1, I want to connect to the shell. So this is how. So you can see over here that we have the app folder here. So if you go to the app folder, so actually here you are trying to access the volume. So whatever data you will store here, that will actually be stored into this particular volume. So let me create one folder here with the name Girish. So currently this folder is blank since we have created just now. So I'm going to come out of this particular folder and also from this container itself. Now let us copy some data. Let us copy one file from this host machine to this particular container. Which container? That is the first one container, that is my busybox1. So let me see what data I can copy. So we can copy this particular file, which is the text file itself. So I will use the sudo docker container cp command. What do you want to copy? I want to copy the text file .txt. Where you want to copy? I want to copy into the busybox1. Where exactly you want to locate? Inside the Girish folder, which we have created inside the app1. So hopefully it should copy the file. So looks like it's done. So let's double check this. So we have copied the file into the my busybox1. So what I am going to do now, I will attach to the another container, that is the my busybox2, and there we will able to see this particular file. Why we will see this particular file? Because there we are attaching the same volume, which is the my volume1, with both the containers named as in my busybox1 and the 2. So let's double check this. So sudo docker execute. I want to execute in the interactive mode, and I want to go to the my busybox2 in the shell. So you will see here, I'm just clearing the screen. So you will see a Girish folder. Actually this folder we have created inside the my busybox1, but you can still able to see into the my busybox2 container. The reason why? Because of we have the shared volume, that is the volume1, and even you can do a cat of this file. So as you can see, we have the data also. Okay, so this is how we have now demonstrated that you can able to share the volume between multiple containers. So let me first of all let me double check this. I will create a one more container. I will create a one more container, say with the name my busybox3, and we will attach this particular volume. Then we will see that are we getting this particular file with the Girish folder or not. So let's do this quickly. So I will use the sudo sorry, I need to run this fast since I have another meeting. Say sudo docker container create name, say my busybox 3, and I want to create the interactive one. And what you want to do, I want to connect to the volume. Which volume you want to connect? That is the my volume 1. And what will be the target? Target will be again the app. From which Docker image you want to use? That is the my busybox image I want to use. So hopefully it should create. So let us start this. So sudo docker container start my busybox 3, and let us also connect to this. So sudo docker execute in the interactive mode. I want to connect to the busybox 3 and in a shell one. So I should see the app folder, and then I should see the Girish folder there, and this file should also be there. So I will just cat this file so you can see the details. This one. So let me clear this screen. So I will come out from this particular container. Now I have the 3 busybox containers. So let us first of all double check this. Now I want to, and for all these containers I have attached the single volume, that is the my volume 1. So with the help of mount option. So here we have covered the hyphen mount option. Okay. Now let us see how we can use the inspect option of container to identify the details of volumes which are attached to the container. So let's jump on to that. So sudo docker container inspect which container you want to inspect. Say suppose I want to inspect the first one only, that is my busybox 1. So as you can see over here that it gives us a lot of information, and there will be a section for the mounts. So as you can see over here that this is a mount section. It indicates that which type of volume you have attached to this particular container, that is the my volume 1, and it gives us the some other details, the mode and the other details and internal how the data is being stored. And similarly we have the another command if you want to inspect the volume itself, not the container. So sudo docker volume inspect, say my volume 1. So it will give you the my volume 1 details, that what exactly is a mount point, where this data is actually stored. So if you want some this detail and at what time it is being volume has been created, so all these details you can use by using the inspect option. So you can use the inspect option with the volume command as well as with the container commands. So if you have any container and you wanted to see that which volume is attached to this particular container, so you can use the inspect command. So if no volumes are being attached, so you will find the empty section in the for the volumes. Okay, now so I think we are done with this. So I want to remove this particular volume now, this one. So how you will remove this? Sudo docker volume, then volume 1, that is my volume 1. You have to use rm command. So as you can see over here, that if you try to remove any volume which is in use, then at that time the Docker will give you the error message. So what you have to do, you have to remove the containers. So before you remove the containers, you have to stop the containers. So let us stop the containers. Let me check, do I have the time? Yeah, I have the couple of more minutes. Yeah, so sudo, so let me stop the containers. So how you can stop the containers, like sudo docker container ls a minus all. So you have to close all the containers, so you have to provide its IDs. So if you have a 10 container IDs, so it is going to take a lot of time if you will close it one by one. So I'm going to tell you one trick how you can use this. So there's a command sudo docker ps all, it will give you all the processes, and if you give a queue option, it will display only the IDs. So this command you can pass it as an input to the another command which will stop the containers, and afterwards then it will close the stop the containers, and then we have to remove it, so that we can able to remove the my volume 1. So let's do this. So I will use the command sudo docker stop. I want to stop all the containers, so I will give $sudo docker ps all minus q. So you note this command, this is very useful, that this is a shortcut way through which you can stop all the containers in a one go. So as you can see that it is being stopped. Earlier it was in the up state. So let's double check this. So sudo docker container ls. So as you can see over here that these are in the exited state. So let us remove all of them. So you have to use same techniques, sudo docker container rm, then $sudo docker ps all minus q. So let's double check this with ls command. So nothing is there. Now you can remove the volume also. So let me run the command to remove the volume. This is what we were trying earlier and it was giving the error, but this time it's got successfully executed, means the volume is now removed. So let us double check this. So sudo docker volume ls. So we don't have any volume available with this particular host. So I hope you will find this video useful. In this video what we have done, we have learned the basic commands of the Docker. We have seen how we can list the volumes, how we can create the volumes, remove the unused volumes, create the containers and attach the volumes with the mount option and inspect it. Yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe, and that's pretty much I have for this video. So see you in the next video. Yeah, thanks, bye.